Okay. So, my birthday twin, one of my birthday twins, it's a lot of people with this birthday. Tracee Ellis Ross was saying in a pool that she hopes she just wants to be herself, and she hopes that others feels like themselves when they're around her or something like that. And I related to that so hard, and I continue to relate to that as my life progresses. Um, but I think that there's also there's unspoken things, you know. It was a quick little snapshot of her, you know. Like, that's a whole conversation. It's a conversation of boundaries. That's a conversation of maturity. That's a conversation of perspective. And it's so interesting. It's so interesting. Like, when I think about moments like that in my life, it requires a lot of boundaries. It requires a lot of boundaries. It requires a lot of, in my opinion, patience. A lot of patience. Um, like, because you want people to be themselves around you. Because you want people to feel authentic, to feel accepted. But at the same time, not at your expense. I feel like all humans, myself included, you know, we can, if you don't have boundaries in place, people don't know where your lines are, and they cross them. And some people cross them even when they do know where your lines are, and intentionally. So I don't know. I've been getting a lot of popular culture quotes coming into my head from when I was growing up, or when I was I'm still growing up, from when I was growing up and from my young adulthood. And a lot of shit is just starting to make sense. I think there's a conversation amongst the adults when I was younger of first of all, with my guardians, it was always a premise of knowing that what we intake through media is entertainment most of the time. But underneath that, there was also this thing of that's too grown for y'all, y'all are trying to be grown too fast. Not everybody, but they're just speaking to the kids as a whole because of one situation or some other situations. I was never the person that wanted to grow up too fast. I just wanted to fucking chill all my life. All I've wanted to do is fucking chill and do whatever the fuck I need to do, whatever is happening in front of me. But maybe y'all trying to grow up too fast is because y'all watching that. XYZ is because y'all looking at media, blah, blah, blah. It's just entertainment. Y'all need to understand that. And so I kind of tuck that in my mind. And I feel like as the internet has progressed, that's kind of lessened and lessened because it is just entertainment, but at the same time, when it gets to social media and people with accounts and etc., that is real, in a sense. Anyway, a little tangent. But but yeah, she'd be like, oh, like, it's because y'all watching this. And like, I took that in my mind. And one of the things that came up while I was showering um, was like the song Grown Woman by Beyonce. I'm a grown woman. I can do whatever I want. So, love that song. It's a wonderful song. But I would listen to that and be like, okay, my mom was right. Like, my mom was right. Blah, blah, blah. I promise this is all gonna connect. I promise. I know I jumped from wanting people to feel safe to like entertainment to media, social media. It's gonna connect. It's gonna come around. Trust the process. But I was like, my perspective while listening to that song and enjoying that song was like, my mom's right. Like, being an adult is promoted in the media in a way of like freedom and sovereignty. And that's like to a kid without like the experiences, that's what it was like. So that was my mindset about that song. So in the shower I was thinking about it because of the first thing I was talking about, because I make these like, I want to make space for people to be themselves. Um, when I'm with someone and there's like, I don't want to say conflict, but a conflict of interest. Yeah, that's fine. A conflict of interest, or like where people don't agree, and there has to be boundaries, but there are none. But you still want the person to feel safe. Um, that's what popped into my head, because I feel like a lot of times the people perceive this person that is wanting you to feel safe as like less than. I run into that a lot, even when that's not necessarily the case. Like, how can I put this in simple terms? Like, son, you like motherfuckers be trying to Nicki Minaj your ass. If we're still talking about the pop culture that I grew up with, like, yeah, I know it's not just Nicki Minaj. I know that's a New York thing, but like the way that she put that in her music, like that's why I'm referencing that as a pop culture thing reference. But people be trying to sun you because you're making space for them to be themselves, and then when you like, I'm saying when you draw boundaries, but like before that even happens, because like not like I've had to go through a process of learning. I've had to go through a process of meeting people and meeting people and meeting people and having these interactions happen like this for me to have boundaries. But like if you don't have the boundaries, like it's just like you meeting them and them assuming that you are my people would say one to be fucked with. um or just like naive, green, like I've been told rich. Thank you. I'm very royal. Thanks. Royal, rich, wealthy, abundant. Ashe. No, but like with no boundaries, like with like a lot of chaos, when people are trying to rush, or if somebody's like trying to like imprint imprint in a way, and you don't have boundaries, like that can make people want to sign you. Like in that mindset of, oh, I'm just making space. Oh, I'm just trying to have people be chill. That will make people want to sign you, or like think that you are in some sort of way green, less than, naive, not aware of the world. Not in all cases, but in some cases, this is subjective. um, but yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. My body hurts. What's the first? I wonder if I was like, I wonder if I was. Ow, fuck. See, I wonder if I was cramping and stuff in the beginning of this video. I'm like not wanting to edit this video so bad. Oh, but yeah, I forgot I was grocery shopping. That's what I just fell down. I'm like, why did I just get hit? Dang, what'd I do? I was grocery shopping. That's right. But yeah, that's really it. I think I had another thing that I wanted to say, but it blanked on me, and then I got hit in the forehead, so I'm gonna just not say it and continue grocery shopping. I've been thinking along those lines this morning. Like, you making space, and being authentic in yourself. And there's a lot of more conversation that can come with this, but I'm not going to stay too long for it. But being authentic to yourself and trying to make space for others to be authentic, and you guys be in connection. At times, if there are no boundaries, motherfuckers would try it. And it's not always intentional. I think that's what I want to say. It's not always intentional. I feel like it's human nature. I think I said it slightly, but I got sidetracked. I am crimping, like fuck. But humans are humans, and humans be humaning, myself included. And when somebody, that's why I've always really liked people with boundaries. I've liked teachers with boundaries. I like motherfuckers with boundaries, for real. Because, and I always have since I was younger, because like if I don't know where your bounds are, then like I'ma just do what I'm doing, you know? So it's not a blame shame game. It's just a, human thing. And I get back to the grown woman, because I don't think I really completed that. Back to Beyonce song, I'm a grown woman. I get it now. That's how that was connected. See, even though it was a little choppy, it came in full circle. Like, I understand. Like, it's not just about the sexual. Oh, that was the other pop culture reference from me growing up and being a young adult. Like, it's not just the sexual. Like, I was thinking about a Megan Thee Stallion lyric, and I don't remember which song it was. But it's not just the sexual, like, I'm a grown woman. Like, sometimes it is. Especially with those closest to you, who've known you the longest. But sometimes it's just like, you have to let people know that you are an adult, which is crazy as fuck. But it depends on your energy and like the persona you have, and that's my experience. That's my life experience. With my little ears,